Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present a talk about preparing for GATE. So I would like to know how many of you are familiar with the exam GATE. Okay, a large proportion of you, that's good. So the structure of my talk would be, I'll begin by giving reasons that why should you go for higher education and why should you attempt GATE in particular. Next, I would tell you about the details of the exam, how the paper is structured, what are the different subjects that are asked, and last I'll give you pointers for preparing for GATE. So during our bachelor's, particularly during the end of second or third year, we are actually faced with the question that what should we do next? That is, should we go for the job? Should we attempt the different competitive exams that are there? So the answers to these questions are not straightforward. There is a lot of dilemma, and most of the students decide on the basis of what their friends are doing, or sometimes they think that let's just go with the flow and so on. But it is very important to arrive at this decision because it somehow lays the path on where you reach. So exactly where you would be positioned some years from now would be decided by what decision you take at this point of time. Depending upon what your interests are, you can choose the particular thing. So if computer science is what amazes you, if you are actually startled by the small and the huge concepts of computer science, then GATE would be the right thing for you. Even if you're not, this talk would lead you on a higher vantage point about GATE. So the full form for GATE is Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. So it primarily tests the comprehensive skills, that is how good grasp you have on the concepts and how well you can apply them in a given setting. So this exam opens the doors for the premier institutes. So if you have not been able to do that well in JEE and you dream of a good college, you want to experience how good colleges are, then this is the right thing for you. And the post-graduation courses that are offered range from ME, which is a coursework program, and MSc, which is a research-oriented program. So the difference is that ME is a bounded program which ranges for a particular duration of 2 years, whereas MSc is more research-oriented and you explore the field on your own pace, you develop some innovative things, and then you complete the course. And you can also go for PhD, that is the Doctor of Philosophy. So you can actually become an expert in your field by pursuing this degree. This exam is conducted on the behalf of MHRD by IISc and the 7 reputed IITs. So why should you write GATE? First point is that the preparation itself is rewarding. That is, the way in which the syllabus is structured is such that you will get more feel of the subject. So if you were inclined towards the subject in the beginning, it would get a shade deeper if you start preparing for GATE. So the courses in our bachelor's are moreover designed that they give us a theoretical feel of the subject, and the questions that are also asked, they require more of memorizing. But if you prepare for GATE, you will be more application oriented, and that would allow you to appreciate the subjects and know the in and outs of the subject. Now when you pursue post graduation, you actually get to know what the subject is about. So for example, we see the spectrum of subjects that are there as this. So we know each subject at a very coarse grained level. So we know what is operating systems, we know databases, but actually each of these subjects can be zoomed into number of sub areas, and a lot of research is going on in each of them. So as you get into a post graduation, you not only get to know the breadth of the field, that is the number of courses that are there, you also get to know each of them in depth. One more important point is that you might actually know what appeals you the most. So sometimes you have a bias that I might like computer graphics the most or architecture per se, but what happens eventually is that you get to know that that was the some other subject appealed you most. Last point is that it also gives you freedom to work on the problems you like. So in job we are dictated moreover by the requirements of the industry, what they want us to do, but here you would be given the freedom to pursue the problems on your own pace by your own choice. Next is that there is a lot of cutting edge research that is happening in these institutes, and a lot of this research is happening in alignment with the industry. So it's not like research is as a process in isolation. It goes on along with what is going on, what are the current trends. And you would actually know that programming, computer science is not analogous to programming. There's a lot of mathematics that is involved. So you might actually develop new approaches. So analogous to the Dijkstra's algorithm, you might have an algorithm with your initials in it. And also specialization or educational qualifications have their own benefits. So as you progress in your career, you would know that you have an edge if you have a superior degree over the others. So the overview of the exam, it's a 3 hours duration exam. As per the latest trend, it is conducted online, and there's a mix of multiple choice questions. So these questions you would have 4 choices each for each answer, and these are the numerical type questions. So answer you need to key in at that time. So there is negative marking for MCQ, so you cannot go on attempting all the questions. So this is the statistics for the candidates appearing in CS stream in GATE. And as you can see, there are a number of candidates who appear for GATE, and so you have to gear up for the preparation from now on if you actually want to do good in it. So how to plan GATE, how to plan your own preparation. So if you're thinking about GATE, it is very necessary that you know that you must know each concept at a deeper level. So we mostly know concepts on a superficial level, that is what is the subject about. But if you want to excel in GATE, you must actually know what are the small tweaks that can happen which can result in big consequences. So many students have this question that when must they start? So as soon as you arrive at this decision, you must actually start acting for preparing for GATE. You must prepare a timeline and you must have milestones of your own. So prepare a checklist. When do you want to complete each of the courses? When do you want to start attempting the questions? And your performance will actually depend upon how motivated you remain throughout this journey. Now the structure of the paper is that 15% is general aptitude questions. So this would include the basic quantitative maths question, vocab questions that are there. Then 15% is engineering maths. So that includes probability, calculus. So this is actually not to be known in depth, but you must know the basic formulas for each. And there are 70% comprises of the rest of the CS subjects that are there. So this is the pie chart showing the topic-wise weightage in the last 7 years for these exams. So as you can see that some subjects have more weightage over the other, and knowing this in advance would actually benefit your preparation a lot. So about the study material, so there is a plethora of material online that is there. So as you type in GATE on Google, you would get so many results that are there. But there is no substitute for books. You should actually refer to all the standard books that are there for different subjects. And taking advice from the seniors, the people who have attempted this exam before, you can actually refer to multiple books for the same subject. So by this I mean that there might be some topics that are covered well in some of the books. So for example, there is a book by Nawate for DBMS which contains good description of indexing, and the book by Korth has a better coverage of the SQL queries that are there. So you can actually refer it likewise. Then when you are studying, when you have allocated the time for preparing for GATE, then just ensure that your concentration level is high. So do not have any diversions, like Facebook and all can wait till you complete the preparation and all. So you can actually take breaks, but avoid these diversions in between. Also when you are studying, just make note of whatever thing is interesting to you. So whatever new concept that you learned, you should actually note it down, because it would actually help you in the revision time. So revision time, we just go through the crisp list of notes that are there, and at that time you would actually want to know what was more important at that time. Then setting up discussions with friends is a must. So what you can do is you can form small groups of your own and actually discuss your doubts, whatever queries that are there, and actually come up with better understanding. But having said this, you should also go for self-study, because when you study it on your own, you have much more confidence than because it gets distributed within a group. So these are some of the standard books for GATE. So in DBMS, more questions are centered around SQL queries, the normal forms that are there, indexing, etc. Operating system requires the knowledge of paging, scheduling policies. Computer organization comprises more of cache principles, memory access principles. Then discrete structures, more of that pigeonhole principle and all are asked. And in graph theory, there's a book by Narsingh Deo which provides a good glimpse of the overall graph theory. You should actually read it in bursts as and when you require. And it contains the concepts of different, like the cut and the bridge and so on. There are other books for the different subjects. So in algorithms, you would be required to know greedy, dynamic programming, the different programming paradigms that are there. In theory of computation, you should be familiar with DFA, pushdown automata, etc. In compilers, you would be asked to know the parsing stages that are there and all. Computer networks requires the knowledge of IP addressing, the different protocols that are present. In digital logic, the knowledge of gates, flip-flops, etc. So a number of questions are asked on flip-flops. And in web technologies, there is a small weightage of web technologies each year, but in 2012 it increased a lot. So you must not actually ignore any subject altogether. Try to give some importance to each of the subject. Okay. So having covered a particular subject, our tendency is to go on to the next subject or next book of that subject. But it is very essential to test your knowledge at that point of time. There is a lot of resistance to attempt a question, but it is a good idea to do that. So after you finish the syllabus, after you finish a particular topic, you should actually go back to the previous year's question papers. So there are a number of books that are available which contain these papers. So first of all, you should verify the credibility of those books. So you would not want a wrong answer to be right in your perception, right? So go for a standard book which gives these answers. A lot of students just attempt a number of questions, they give a lot of test series, but they do not analyze their performance. So giving a little time, going back and analyzing what you did wrong or right would go a long way in making you understand that where you are standing in terms of the current understanding. And for this, you can actually enroll in a standard test series that are offered. So there are a number of coaching institutes that offer test series right from October that is there. And each Sunday you go, you attempt a test series, you give a test, and then you determine that what your performance is. So you would actually know not only locally what you are doing, but globally you would know that with respect to your competition what you are doing. And this also gives you a feel for managing time. So because in any such exam the time is bounded, so it would be a good idea that you manage time well. A number of students, they lose motivation between this whole gap. So they start with a lot of vigor in the beginning, but as the time progresses, they feel that, okay, we won't be able to do it, let's leave it, or their interest drops altogether. So the advice is to keep some patience and work on till the end, because it might be the point when you could have excelled. So it takes time for understanding to mature. That means that it takes time for concepts to develop and you to understand how to attempt questions in general. So if you face failure in beginning, do not be demotivated, do not judge yourself. You should track your progress, but try to maintain your vigor throughout. So finally, on the day of the exam, so it would be a good idea to maintain a balance between speed and accuracy. So some people get panicked and start attempting questions very fast, and some of them slowly attempt the questions but lose out on time. So it is a very good idea to maintain a balance. Then the order in which you attempt the questions. So some people say that attempt the questions from the very beginning. Some say that, okay, look at a question. If you get a feel of the answer, then attempt the question. It might depend on you, and you would actually form a pattern if you attempt the test series and all. So it's a good practice to revise all the answers. So sometimes it happens that the question asks you that which of the options is not correct, and you see the option A and you mark it off and you say, okay, you proceed. But actually it is being asked which is not correct, and you just do not pay enough attention to it. So if you come back to the question again, you would realize that the mistake you have made, and this would make you gain marks a lot. The questions that are asked in GATE, they require a good command over the analytical skills. So no question would be there that you read and you would know that this is the answer. So take some time, analyze the question, what is the intuition behind posing that question, and then go for attempting it. Okay, so make this decision and make this decision fast, because this would determine a lot on where you land up finally. Thank you. So any questions?
Yeah, any questions?
So actually, okay, so she has done extremely well in her GATE. So she was GATE rank number 3. I don't know whether she told anyway. So it's a good opportunity for you to ask questions, and so we have planned the session such that you can ask questions and you can get to know how to prepare. So who wants to start first? Okay, so we will pass from there.
Hi, actually my name is Sumukh. I'm from NI Mysore. Okay. I wanted to ask you a question regarding this numerically typed question, that new pattern they have introduced in the GATE.
Okay.
So what are your suggestions for answering those questions, because we don't have the options?
Right. So so these questions are mainly asked from subjects like operating system, computer architecture. So in operating system you have topics like cache, or in computer architecture you have questions like cache, and in operating system you have questions like paging, scheduling and all. So you can focus on those questions and try to be as precise as possible. So when you attempt the questions previously, so when you are giving a test series or so you can gauge what your accuracy is on those questions. So there is no negative marking for the numerical type questions, so you should definitely attempt them. And for computer networks, there are questions asked on the MAC protocol that is there. So practice those questions thoroughly, because those are the questions which give you an edge over the others, right? So if it's a difficult question, then it would take you at some other level. So.
Hello, my name is Rahul, and I'm from Maharashtra, Nagpur. You had told us that stay motivated while working. As normally many people start working motivatedly, but as time passes, they lose their motivation. My question is how to continue this motivation.
Exactly. So as I said, if you have a goal set a priori, if you have some targets that are there, see, most of the people, they listen from their friends that GATE is a good exam, they start preparing for it, and eventually they feel that, okay, let's leave it, I'm not getting enough interest in it, something like that, right? So it's a good idea that you have month-wise goals that are there, right? So if you know that if you started in June, then till July you should be able to cover 2 subjects and so on, right? So if you have set goals, if you prepare a checklist and go on marking each of the target, then this keeps you motivated. Also giving a test, so if you have enrolled in a test series, you give a test and then you see that, okay, you have got rank 50 all over India. Next time you can actually target for a smaller bracket, let's say under 40. So this would actually give you a feel that you have to go on progressing. So what is the problem is that we prepare in isolation and we start feeling that, okay, now let's stop. But if you have a goal in mind, then it would make you excel a lot.
Hi, my name is Palash, and I just want to ask that whenever we are talking about the memorizing the concepts or understanding the concepts is very important, but we cannot deny that understanding the formulas and applying them is also important.
Right.
So what should we do, or what should be the percentage that we should devote to memorizing or understanding the formulas, because speed is also important.
Right, exactly. So speed is actually very important because there are so many questions and some question paper might be lengthy, so you might lose on the marks that way. But I would like to say that this percent depends on the timeline. So if you start with a concept well in time, you have a lot of time with you, right? So when you start understanding that concept, you can learn through it, you can actually see what the formula contains. So by the time you need not explicitly memorize it, you would actually get a feel of it through that time. And depending upon the application. So application part comes when you practice questions. So there is actually a segregation, right? So when you are reading a concept, when you are studying from a book, it's more of memorizing, it's more of understanding. And when you're doing you're doing questions, then you're applying them. So try to make a balance between these two. Do not go overdo one of those things, right? So did I answer your question?
Yes. Thanks.
Manish, would you like to answer?
So there is some things which I need to get. I need to see if these people are here. So for instance, is Aditi here?